Happy Friday, guys. We got a special one. You guys are in for a treat.
Woo! Allen Maldonado.
Dude.
Man.
This so guy, good.
And he's been everywhere. If you've got Netflix, you've seen him. I mean, Project Power and fucking Sneakerheads. It's like he's been number one on Netflix forever.
Yeah.
It's badass. He's really fun, too.
I'm super excited because, I mean, this guy literally plays Ja Rule in a freaking like a little guest appearance. It's so freaking funny. But this guy, I mean, so motivational, can pump so many people up. I'm so super excited for everyone to hear this interview.
And if you're a Stephen Amell fan, he's getting ready to go toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
He's going to go head-to-head with Stephen Amell. He put on 25 pounds of muscle for this shit.
Dude.
What? You don't know what we're talking about? Listen to the interview.
Yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned after the industry news segment. But now, let's get a little crazy. Let's get a little crazy. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. Holy moly, it feels good to be back.
Woo!
Ready doing what we'd love to do. You guys know it is episode 132 this week.
Oof, 132.
Insane. Absolutely insane. If you're watching the YouTube video, we look a little different, don't we?
We do.
Getting a little professional.
Yeah, we got some new lighting.
Yeah, looking good, man. Looking good.
Yeah.
If you're listening on podcast platforms, be sure to go back on Saturday or Sunday and watch the YouTube video. You're not going to want to miss it.
Just keep upgrading and upgrading.
Exactly.
Elevating. Always raising the bar, man. Always raising the bar.
Just trying to be the best.
Exactly.
Trying to be the best.
I can't believe, we were talking about this earlier this morning, but I cannot believe it has been 8 months since our 100th episode.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
We are just rocking and rolling, flying towards that 150th.
Hell yeah.
I can't even believe, dude.
I know.
It's like, what?
Absolutely wild,
Woo!
man. Absolutely wild. And we want to thank our fans one more time because
Yes.
we made the month of October.
Yes.
I'm so super thrilled about it. 27th. We placed 27th. We're
Yes.
still shooting for that number one spot. But I mean,
are.
the number one person has been up there for like 4 months in a
4
row.
months in a row.
Yeah.
But we gonna get them. We gonna get them. But for the Hot 50 list again, and thank you to Podcast Magazine.
Yes.
We were interviewed, so you guys are gonna be able to check us out in an article in the magazine pretty soon.
Yeah.
So we're super pumped about that, and man, just so much going on.
A lot happening, man. A lot happening. But you guys know your host with the most, myself, J-Lo Fantastic, and the one and only Mouse.
What's up,
Guys, we got a lot to talk about today. Woo, a whole bunch of shit.
Jam-packed industry news.
Whole bunch of shit. I mean, one of the best movies of all time, obviously, The Godfather.
Woo!
I mean, they're making a movie about making The Godfather.
Which was pretty contentious for anybody who doesn't know. It was not a pretty path to get The Godfather made.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, this is going to be great.
Dude, and with the people attached to this thing, it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
Super excited about
huge.
that.
It's going to be huge.
You know.
Yeah.
I
have COVID.
But yeah, man, so much to talk about. Of course, you guys know Disney, Warner Media, fucking a whole bunch of shit, man. We're super pumped.
Lots of superhero news.
Yeah, lots of superhero news. Before we get anything started, though, you guys know, be sure to head over to our website, www.crazyantmedia.com, where you can start rocking the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear.
Yes.
The new merchandise is selling out like crazy, man.
What?
So super happy about that. Like I talked about in a few promotional posts, our sales are up 60% since last month.
I credit Jeremy Gordon.
Yeah, seriously.
Man, he has been a walking billboard for our merchandise, dude.
Yeah.
How awesome is that sweatshirt, though? We are getting a ton of comments about the sweatshirt with just the head, the ant head. Jeremy's been rocking that, and we've been getting lit up about where can people get it. The website.
The website,
Go to
guys.
the website, man.
Super excited. Super excited. We appreciate all you guys. And also stay tuned. Thanksgiving night, we'll be releasing some Christmas holiday ones.
Yes.
So fun stuff.
That's going to be really fun.
I know. Super excited. Let's get this thing started, though.
Woo!
Cans.
Yes.
Cons.
No, that's Star Trek. That's not it. No.
It's been canceled, or at least the in-person thing has been canceled. They said they are going to still put on like a virtual event for anybody who's submitted and either wants to go see. It's going to run on October 27th through the 29th. And that's going to be 4 feature films, and for this year's official selection. So it's going to be interesting, and of course, short films are still going to be in it as well. And yeah, I'm super interested to see how this is actually going to do. And they confirmed next year's schedule for the festival as well already. It's going to be May 11th through May 22nd. So,
let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope that, people finally get smart enough and get this thing out of there and there's not a surge again and we have to.
Super, super worried about the winter months coming up, to be honest. I mean, because that's when people get sick anyway. It's super scary, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
So I just feel like, anytime we tell you dates, just say that's tentative.
Right.
Because, they can lock down dates all they want to, but we don't know at this point.
Yeah.
So,
it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
This next one.
Yeah, movie chains, they're hitting. They're getting hit hard by the virus. And I mean, even with some of them opening back up, even though it's not at its full capacity, it's still hurting them a big time. So they're looking for help.
Yeah, they sent a letter to Congress this week asking for a bailout. You remember a few years back when the banks pulled that, we're too big to fail, and they were all in money trouble, and they had the government bail them out. Well, that's what the theaters are hoping to do.
Yeah.
They reached out to Congress and asked several of the congressional leaders, we need help. We're suffering big time from this pandemic, and we're going bankrupt, and we got to help us out, or we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
And some biggies, man. More than 70 directors, producers, and writers signed on to this thing. Wes Anderson, Judd Apatow, James Cameron, Clint Eastwood, Paul Feig, Greta Gerwig, Barry Jenkins, Steve McQueen, just some of the names that have signed on to the 70 signatures on this list. So.
Yeah, I mean, the theaters are America's pastime right now. I feel like there's so many huge blockbuster movies that people love to go see to the movie theater and with their family. So it's rough. It's definitely rough. I think maybe this is going to be one that we might talk about on ItCaf Behind the Scenes. Because we got to get more in depth, because I have some theories. Maybe like the solution to it would be studios buying theaters.
I mean, maybe. They released a statement. The studios released a statement saying that if the bailout doesn't happen and the theaters do close, they would have to drastically change their approach towards future movie making.
Yeah, they would have to.
So, it's already they're looking at, like, what happens if. Yeah. We know they've been trying the streaming stuff. We know they've been doing the pay-on-demand kind of. Yeah. But what happens when you don't have any other choice?
Right.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the ItCaf behind-the-scenes thing. We'll be getting that out there soon because, I think we need to deep dive into this one.
Yeah, completely agree. Heading over to Disney, the Mouse House.
Not good news.
Yeah, they took a hit this week as well.
Yeah.
A lot of kind of shitty things. I mean, we're just trying to get it out of the way, though. A lot of shitty things.
And some good things.
But we got to get the crap out of the way. Disney announced this week that the company will be laying off 28,000 staff members at the theme parks. And this is coming a lot from the Imagination.
Yeah, over 400 of those 28,000 are coming from the Imagineer group. Those are the people, if you're unfamiliar, that design and create the rides at Disney World.
Yeah, so that tells me no new rides anytime soon.
Exactly.
Especially when these things open back up. It's super crazy. They say 67% of the people that were laid off were part-time workers.
Right.
But still, a lot of people survive on part-time wages. So it's scary.
And guys, keep in mind, before you get mad at Disney for doing this, they have been keeping all of these employees hired and paying them and giving them their benefits, even the part-time employees, since April.
Yeah.
Okay? And the theme parks, guys, they make up a third of Disney's total revenue. Yeah. So the fact that they were closed as long as they were closed, and Disneyland is still closed. So, guys, you can only go so long without making money before you start running out of money and you have to make these cuts. And so the choice is, lay off these people or no Disney.
Yeah, exactly.
It's unfortunate. It really is.
Yeah, everything's up in the air, and the California governor just tried to send a letter out, or the senators send a letter to the governor, tried to figure everything out so they can, because that's a huge revenue. Like we said, that's a huge revenue source, and especially with theme parks in Anaheim. So we'll see. We'll keep watching this one, see what happens, but it's really unfortunate.
I just can't imagine a world without Disney. So whatever they have to do. would do it.
Right.
Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to be bigger than the mouse because there is no mouse,
yeah,
okay?
exactly. Not because they deflated.
Exactly.
Like, we want to get there, like, we want to work our way up.
That's right.
Oh, man. But D23, everybody knows that is Disney Studios' ultimate fan, like, conundrum.
Yes.
Like, fucking where everybody sees all the special events. I'm sure that this was where, like, Marvel and all these places, all these studios were going to announce all their shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's normally where you see the big Avengers reunions.
It's like Comic-Con, basically, for Disney specifically.
Yep.
But yeah, apparently they are also setting dates for an in-person conference in Anaheim, the convention center. They're moving it to 2022 on 9/11. Interesting date.
Well, I hope it's 9 through the 11th. I hope. That's
okay.
9 through the 11th. I thought the same thing, too. I'm like, 9/11? No. But I think it's the 9th through the 11th.
Yeah, okay.
But that's a valid point because it still will be on September 11th. Yeah, that last day will still be.
I wonder if they'll say anything. Like, you always have to say something.
Yeah.
Like, even though I wasn't around for it the day that Pearl Harbor happened, like, you think about it.
Yeah,
like, go back and you think about the shit that happened on our land. So, I mean,
I'll just be happy to finally see them making big announcements again, even if we do have to wait another year and a half before it happens.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I didn't even realize this was a biannual thing.
Yeah,
like I always thought it was every year, but I mean, the years are flying by now.
I think they kind of like try to stagger it with Comic-Con so that they don't,
That makes sense.
But they did have a big announcement this week, though, which is super huge. The rumors have all been confirmed. We all knew that Miss Marvel was coming, okay? Well, now it's official. Marvel Studios has tapped newcomer. And when I say newcomer, I mean newcomer.
Nothing on the board.
We couldn't even find her on our favorite app, IMDb Pro. Like, she's just, like, straight up new.
Yeah.
Iman Vellani is going to star in Miss Marvel. And for you guys who know, that centers around the first Pakistani-American Muslim superhero.
Yeah.
She was that in the comic books. She's going to be the first in the MCU live-action universe. So that's super exciting. And she's a huge fan of Captain Marvel, and so she like emulates and wants to be like her and use her force to help the world be good. And she's got some superpowers. She can actually manipulate size and shape. So, and Kevin Feige has confirmed, there are no doubts about it, she's going to springboard from this series into the movies.
Fantastic.
So the pressure of, like, I can't even imagine what it must be like to be like a newcomer with nothing under your belt. You're 16 years old and you're going to be thrust into the most powerful film franchise in movie history.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously had to stand out from everybody else that auditioned.
Oh, yeah.
I'm super excited about it because, like we talk about all the time on the podcast, it's more than just black or white when it comes to diversity. So to cast a Muslim, like, superhero, like, it's going to be epic. I'm so super excited.
It's true.
Like you said, her first ever role and being this huge role, she's established.
But I agree because, I mean, it's something like a 2-year search for this. So, I mean, they've been looking for people for a long time for this. So, like you said, she had to have just absolutely blown them away.
Yeah.
So, when the creator of the character agrees with the casting choice, you must be a good. So,
Exactly.
I'm excited, though. That's pumped up, man.
Definitely. And, I mean, Walt Disney is also doing a Lion King 2. I'm super excited about it. I mean, it's very interesting, though, because Jon Favreau is not coming back to direct.
No.
But it is going to be Oscar winner Barry Jenkins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's epic in itself.
Yeah, there's no loss there in director skills. And, and he's bringing all of Favreau's technology that they used in the first one. It was so funny, though. Somebody said, but can they add emotion? Like, that's a
good thing, yeah.
I mean, on the faces of the animals. So, I don't know, but
I'm excited because Simba's Pride is definitely an underrated Disney movie.
Yeah.
Like, Lion King 2 is really freaking good, but not a lot of people saw it, so.
Well, and that's the next question. Will this one be a frame-by-frame recreation of the sequel?
Like the first one?
Or will it be totally different? Who knows? I mean, but no word. They're keeping it under wraps for right now, and there's no release date, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that one, guys, but it is officially happening, so that's exciting.
Oh.
This next one?
Are you cast? Peter Pan?
No.
Oh, that's not you? Damn.
No.
I thought it was.
I know.
I wanted to see you in tights.
There was no video cameras back then, man. I thought if that...
You could have submitted.
I'm telling. If a picture ever gets out, though, they might reconsider.
Yeah.
They might reconsider.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down for it, man. I'm down for it. Especially with this news, Yara Shahidi is going to be Tinkerbell.
That's epic.
So I'm like totally down for playing Peter Pan now because I'm a big fan of hers. So that would be, awesome. But yeah, Disney announced that Blackish star Yara Shahidi is going to play Tinkerbell. Don't freak out, guys. Yes, for the first time in history of the character, it's going to be a black Tinkerbell. So what?
Who cares?
So what? She's an awesome actress. It's an awesome character. It's going to be an awesome film. Chill the fuck out.
Exactly.
I'm excited about this. And then Jude Law is going to be Captain Hook.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be badass.
Yeah, we announced that earlier on another episode of the podcast.
Yep.
Super excited, man. They're going back to, like, their golden age stuff. And which is super smart because if you think about it, nowadays kids, I mean, they're so consumed with technology that they're not going back to these original stories or even these original like animation adaptations of the stories.
Right.
So I'm super excited. I'm glad nowadays generation is going to be able to hear these stories and see these stories. It's going to be epic.
Agreed. I am not excited about this one.
I'm excited. I want to see what he's doing with this technology. He's an innovator. We've trashed James Cameron so much, but he's actually he's an amazing creative. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, of course, we're on the Marvel side of things.
Yeah.
So, but James Cameron says he has officially finished shooting Avatar 2 and Avatar 3 is 95% done.
Yes.
So I'm super pumped just because I really want to see what he's doing with this technology. Like I said, he's an innovator. If he waits for the time until the technology's there, or he's kind of like a George Lucas figure where he goes out and he creates that technology. So
I agree with all of that. I'd just like to see a little more humility.
Yeah.
We always talk about that fine line between confident and cocky, and he's cocky.
He's cocky.
He comes across as just like an arrogant prick.
Come on,
it's
Jim.
Like, cool,
Come on,
dude.
Jim.
You're an innovator. You're doing all this awesome stuff, and you're creating all this technology, and you're groundbreaking filmmaker. But chill a little bit, dude. Like this whole I'm gonna be number one again, fuck you Marvel stuff and all that. Just chill, bro.
I know.
That's the only thing I have.
I understand.
I agree with you. I think he's a fantastic filmmaker.
He is.
And unbelievable talent as far as innovating and groundbreaking technology for the industry. But have a little humility, bro.
Yeah, I agree. And now they say the sequel is going to be December 16th, 2022.
Yep.
So stay tuned, guys.
And that's 13 years after the first one came out. It was supposed to come out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But, now by the time it is released, 13 years after the first one. That's crazy.
It is super crazy. I mean, the relevance, will it still be a big thing because of the relevance?
That's the thing.
So it'll be interesting. But sticking with Disney is now rolling out the group watch feature for Disney Plus. And it's going to be where Disney Plus subscribers can simultaneously watch and view a movie or a program together. You don't have to be in the same room. You can, obviously you just have to go to the group watch icon on the series and or film on Disney Plus via mobile device and or the web, and the subscriber can invite or vice versa. Subscribers can invite each other to join, and once those invitees are accepted, the viewing session can occur via connected TV device and or smart TV.
Yeah, and what's really exciting about this one, because Hulu and a couple of the other people have been doing this, the problem is that it was always laptop based or computer based. You had to have a web browser, but not with Disney Plus. Apparently, wherever you watch it, on the phone or on your laptop or on your iPad, it'll work on any of those platforms. So that's exciting.
It is.
You don't
exciting.
have to have any kind of a web based extension to do it.
Yeah,
so.
and like we were talking about off air, I'm really interested to see what it's going to look like. Is it going to be like a Zoom thing, or can you see somebody, or can you hear somebody, or can you make commentary remarks?
Lil Cam will shut that shit down.
Yeah,
because that would have to mean that the camera on the TV is on.
Yeah, and just, fuck that. I'm gonna tape over it, color it in with Sharpie. That's how our laptop is.
That's right.
So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
You'll have to peel off if you want to watch something with me. It'll be okay.
I know. Goodness gracious, woman. Oh, yeah. Now heading over to Warner Media.
Yeah.
Rob and Michelle Reiner have signed a multi-year deal, overall production deal, directing deal with Warner Brothers Television, and via their newly formed production banner as the duo reviving Castle Rock.
Yeah, remember Castle Rock? Yeah, Castle Rock. Who knew? I know what you're thinking. It's but wait, isn't Castle Rock still around?
Yeah.
Yes, because Castle Rock was sold off to Ted Turner, and then Ted Turner was acquired by Warner, and then Warner became AT&T Warner Media, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, it was absorbed into that, and it's still been around, but Rob Reiner wasn't involved with it anymore. But now they're back.
Yeah.
I guess Warner Media is like, have it back, Rob. So, and I mean, Castle Rock was huge, bro, back in the day. I mean, when Harry Met Sally, Few Good Men, Line of Fire, City Slickers, Seinfeld, like all these huge hits that were under the Castle Rock banner. So the idea that it's coming back, you know, with Rob is exciting. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. When I first read this one, I was like, Castle Rock, isn't that the fucking like streaming show that's on Hulu? Stephen King's, but you know, I'm young.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and I'm sure we'll get comments if I am. But I'm almost positive that was the inspiration for the name.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, Stephen King does inspire a lot of people.
I mean,
so that would make sense.
I'm pretty positive that is true. But you know, we'll look that up, and he'll prove me wrong or right on next week's episode.
Either or. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for episode 133.
Woo! Talk about casting. This is an exciting one, great. Right? And again, diversity, making the right moves, doing the right things. And this one makes total sense to me. Aldis Hodge is going to play Hawkman in Black Adam.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, but he's black.
Who gives a fuck?
Hawkman is a reincarnated character. His spirit reincarnates every few hundred years into different people since King Tut's time. Are you trying to tell me he never reincarnated into a black man?
Yeah.
I think this is a brilliant.
Exactly.
I think this is a brilliant move.
This is why we have you around. To go back to the source material so we can prove these racist sons of bitches wrong.
That's right, man. And I'm just super excited about this because, as you guys know, he's 1/4 of the Justice Society of America that's going to appear in this film, right? They already announced Atom Smasher, so that's going to be badass. So we're still waiting. Cyclone and Dr. Fate still have to be cast. But are you kidding? Dwayne Johnson and Alden and Aldis and, I mean, Centrio as Atom Smasher, that's an amazing cast already. So, and we know, man, I mean, Rock wants to go toe-to-toe with Shazam.
Right?
So at some point, you know, oh, man, it's going to
pop
epic.
in. And I mean, you know, going through Twitter does its Twitter things. Somebody said that possibly Kevin Hart might also be in Black Adam.
What?
Which would be crazy. No idea if it's true or not, but I mean, you know, just throwing a little rumors out there. That would be hilarious.
I mean,
they
honestly,
got that relationship.
They do. You know, everybody's always talking about that Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds thing, but I really do feel like, you know, Dwayne and Kevin have that now.
They do.
Where they poke fun at each other, but they're like besties and always in everybody's shit. Like, I really feel like that's, and I love it.
Yeah,
I
do too.
So, what if he's the voice of Dr. Fate?
That would be
like the helmet and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, like that would be just. I can't even. That would be great.
I'm just super excited for that movie in general, though. Like,
me too.
Just to see The Rock as a fucking superhero.
It's only been in development for like 74 years.
Right.
Like it seems like, right?
Only.
Like The Rock announced that shit when he was 16.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Black Adam. I don't know. I'm kidding, but it really has been a long time.
It has been a long time.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know. David S. Goyer.
Yes.
You guys know him as the screenwriter behind Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Yes.
Is headed back to Gotham City for an all-new project to debut next year as a podcast.
Yes.
It's going to be a Batman podcast, Batman Unburied.
Yes. I'm just super excited about this. These scripted podcasts are really taking off.
Huge.
Marvel has done them with Wolverine.
That one's so popular.
Yeah,
like,
really. And so this one's going to dive deep into the dark side of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really exciting. But I give all the cred to everybody involved with America 2.0.
Right?
I mean,
like,
the number one scripted podcast, and
yeah.
everybody's like, damn, we need to get on that bandwagon, and now everybody's doing it. So, all kidding aside, though, Goyer's a brilliant writer. I've always liked his interpretation and version of the stories that he tells.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be great. And anything dark. Look how popular the trailer was for Pattinson Batman.
Yeah.
And it's kind of so that tells you people want that dark version.
Well, exactly.
So,
and I mean, especially with podcasts, like if you go back and look at the Hot 50 podcasts, damn near all of them are murder mystery.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, there's so many damn layers to Bruce Wayne and Batman. So I'm so super excited that more stories will be told.
Definite.
Yeah. Oh, Steven Soderbergh's doing some things.
Yeah, talk about a brilliant filmmaker.
Yeah, agreed. He actually... this dude might make me sign back up for Quibi again. Like, for real. He has a little series on Quibi that I'm like, ugh.
He's really good, man. He really is.
He is. But this one right here, he's attached David Harbour, Noah Jupe, Brendan Fraser to his new crime period drama, No Sudden Move.
Yeah, and as if he didn't already have a good enough cast.
Right?
I mean, they're joining Don Cheadle, Benicio del Toro, Amy Sipes, John Hamm, Ray Liotta, Kieran Culkin, Bill Duke, Frankie Shaw, and Julia Fox.
Like, that's insane.
Him and Danny Strong are going for it for who can cast the best overall epic cast.
Agreed.
Man, that is one hell of a cast.
Dude, he's such an epic filmmaker.
Is.
And I mean, speaking of innovator, he's like the guy. He's like a huge Hollywood fucking director that's shooting movies literally on an iPhone.
Yes.
So, like, I mean, he's the new wave, man. He really is.
And they're brilliant films on iPhones.
They are.
I mean, it just shows it can be done.
Yeah, but this one's going to show up on HBO and HBO Max in sometime.
Yes.
Sometime. So, super excited, guys. Super excited. HBO Max has a lot of good content. If you guys are like, but it's more expensive than some of the other streaming services, it's really freaking worth it.
They are starting to ramp up.
There's a lot of good shit.
There's
a lot of good shit. And I mean, speaking of a lot of good shit, I mean, who wouldn't want to be involved with Carrie Underwood, business-wise?
Woo! Yeah, she is just killing it, man.
She is.
Talk
She's
about
everywhere.
just flying and quickly passing Kelly Clarkson as the most successful American Idol alum of all time.
She's like nowadays Dolly Parton, because we have a similar story like Dolly Parton in our industry news this week, and I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
It is. It is. Okay, what are we talking about?
Right.
HBO Max is going to have a Christmas special with 7-time Grammy winner Carrie Underwood.
Boom.
She's gonna perform songs and do things from her first Christmas album that she's getting ready to release, My Gift. So they're gonna premiere the event this holiday season. Underwood will be backed by on those songs and some of her other holiday classics that she's going to do by a big, huge orchestra, live orchestra, and so chorus, and so that's going to be good. And if you guys haven't heard any little snippets of this album yet, it's going to be an epic album, so I know it's going to be a great special. Little Drummer Boy, her little son sings on it. Find that clip. It's the most adorable thing you will ever hear. He plays the Little Drummer Boy, and he's singing it about, shall I play for you? It's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how do you top Carrie Underwood by her son? Like, obviously, it's going to be great.
So great, man. So great. HBO Max is also sticking to its roots, keeping a relationship alive, even though, whatever. HBO has renewed Bill Maher's Real Time through 2022, and he's taking his show into his 20th season. That's a huge accomplishment, but the dude's kind of a douche. So, whatever. Good for you, bro.
And we'll just leave that at that.
Yeah.
If you're excited, good. And if you're not, okay.
Yeah.
Just, Aaron Westbrook, I'm happy about this. From The Resident, is joining Riverdale.
Yeah. It's going to be super interesting. I'm surprised this thing's still on. To be honest, like, it went a weird fucking direction.
But I'm liking this storyline, though. I guess they're going to try to reinvigorate. Apparently, Pop is in trouble. They've been saying that for a while. Apparently it's his daughter, and she's coming in.
Oh, wow.
And she's like this big real estate person, and she's coming in to kind of take over Pops and kind of reestablish it as, this bit.
Shit. Hopes to franchise the iconic diner.
So
wow.
It sounds like it's going to be a good storyline.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, if you guys like Riverdale, we had Pops himself on the show.
Oh, my gosh.
Alvin Sanders, guys. Be sure to go back and listen to that interview.
Such an inspiring guy.
Yeah.
He was a lot of fun to talk to.
He was. Maybe we need to have him back on here soon, honestly.
I mean, that'd be great.
Hell yeah. I know you're excited about this next one. CBS Viacom / Viacom CBS.
Yes.
Showtime, aka Showtime, has renewed Billions for its 6th season.
Even though we haven't seen the end of the 5th season yet, but yeah,
it must be doing really well.
It's by far, I mean, one of my favorite shows ever. I mean, I just absolutely adore this show. From the time I saw the first episode, I was hooked. It's a brilliant show. Corey Stoll, who was brought in season 5, is like Axe's main nemesis, another billionaire that's kind of as cocky and shifty as he is. He's going to be made a series regular for season 6. So I'm super excited about that. As you guys know, the good wife herself, Juliana Margulies, also came in as a recurring character this season on season 5. Don't know if she's going to be made a series regular, but her and Giamatti got something going on and that kind of storyline. So I'm hoping we see that, but super pumped. This show is extremely well written, extremely well directed. The cast is phenomenal. So it doesn't surprise me that it keeps getting renewed.
Yeah.
So huge congratulations to Brian Koppelman, dude. You're killing it, man. Just keep going. I'd watch you for like 15 fucking years, bro. Just keep going, man.
Well, and like you said, it's a great cast. And I mean, with everything that's happening with the pandemic, everybody knows it was shut down. But now they're hoping to have the 5 remaining episodes that will hopefully air in 2021.
Yeah, so, and with season 6 right behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
So hopefully,
barely any break. Like, super excited about that.
Yes.
Super excited about that.
And I called this one.
Did you?
I called this one, y'all. Remember when we had J. Alex Brinson on, and I was poking fun at him, saying, I think Luke is going to get in trouble with Emily. I think he's going for Samantha.
I guess.
Well, Audrey Corsa, who plays Samantha, she's been bumped up to a season regular for season 2 of All Rise. Now, why would you take a recurring character and make her a season regular unless you was planning something big?
Something's going to get crazy.
I'm just saying. Congratulations, Audrey. And I'm telling you, Jay Alex, if Luke cheats on Emily, I am going to be upset.
I'm going to be upset.
It's such a good show, though. Congratulations to her. I mean, you could just see it coming, all kidding aside. And I think it's going to play well into the second season. It's going to be a great storyline.
Yeah, I saw they're already back on set doing it, man.
Yeah, man. Ready to go. Jay Alex posting all that shit. He's having a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Super exciting, man. Super freaking exciting. And like we teased, Barry Livingston is signed on to direct Paramount Plus's upcoming Francis and the Godfather. That is the official title. And get this, guys, Oscar Isaac will be playing Francis Ford Coppola, and freaking Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be Robert Evans.
Yes. I mean, guys, remember Robert Evans? He was like the golden boy at Paramount back in the day, and like he just recently passed away. So, this is going to be amazing because those two were in a heated battle about Godfather. It was just back and forth ugliness, and the whole storyline, if you guys aren't familiar with it, you're going to want to watch this because it's going to play out. And Oscar Isaac and like fucking Gyllenhaal playing these characters is going to be brilliant.
I'm just connecting the dots here. Is this going to be an original project for Paramount Plus?
It is.
Oh wow, so it's not even going to be out in theaters. This one should be in theaters.
It should be.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be a Paramount Plus film.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm pumped, though. I'm super pumped.
Me too.
It's going to be fucking
And
epic.
if you are aspiring, if you're an aspiring writer, get your shit out there. Get it,
Definitely.
This was a black script. Like,
really?
on the blacklist, you know, where and Levison found it, pulled it off, redeveloped it, and boom, it's getting made. So,
damn.
I mean, there you go, guys.
You just got to keep doing it.
Write it, put it out there, because, I mean, you know how many major scripts have been pulled off that site and turned into huge I mean, go for it, man.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Oh, and in the day and age of remakes, NBC Universal is freaking remaking Firestarter. You guys remember that one back in 1984 starring Drew Barrymore?
Yes.
Yeah. Now they're redoing it with Zac Efron.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still going to be about a little girl, so I don't think that's Zac Efron.
No.
But anyway, I mean, how long ago was this movie, guys? Drew Barrymore was coming off of the success of E.T.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like fetus Drew Barrymore.
Tiny.
It was like way back. So
we're talking about Studio 54 snorting coke. Drew Barrymore.
Okay, you want to know how long? Let's wow. Okay, Drew had a problem. She got over that.
She did.
She good.
Love Drew.
But you want to know the stark realism of it? Its entire box office run, it made $17 million.
Yeah.
And that was a hit. If you don't make that on Thursday night now, you're a bomb.
Yeah, it's a
So
bust.
that's how long ago this thing was. Do we need that?
I know.
Look, if you want anything involved with fire and Zac Efron, Human Torch, Fantastic Four, MCU.
Boom.
Done. Boom.
Got it.
Just move on. If you want fire with Zac, that's where we should go. Fuck Firestarter. Just go Human Torch.
Exactly.
Boom. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Well, I mean, Universal is doing some amazing things right now. This is a huge pickup. They just partnered with LeBron James and Maverick Carter's The Spring Hill Company, their production company, in a 4-year first look deal. And everybody knows they're just coming off the deal with Warner Brothers.
Yeah, the bunny dropped the ball.
Yeah, apparently something wasn't going too well over there.
That Space Jam 2 didn't work out, or like that other Space Jam. I mean, what's going on there?
So they're heading over to freaking Universal, and I mean they're going to be developing content for the Peacock, so it's going to be interesting, man.
I am curious though, because all kidding aside, the James's Space Jam did make a shit ton of money, $230 million plus. So what happened?
Yeah,
like why did Warner say, nah, just go?
Yeah,
like,
I wonder where this thing is. I didn't even know it was out.
It's a good question.
This is the first I'm ever hearing that it's out.
Yeah, $230 million worldwide. Maybe they released it during the pandemic and it's made money somewhere else.
Maybe.
Because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, maybe it's
overseas.
I don't know. I just felt like people would talk about that one more.
Yeah.
All the allegations that Gabrielle Union was making at America's Got Talent. Well, apparently, we don't know. Maybe not. But they settled. So probably.
That nice statement that NBC said they had that internal investigation and nothing showed and that everything was fine, and so they kind of shut it. Like Logan said, apparently, because you don't settle unless there was a problem.
Exactly.
So, but they don't say how much, but apparently Gabrielle is getting a significantly large chunk of money.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing there was some stuff.
Yeah.
So, but good for her, and okay, NBC for doing the right thing. Give her some stuff, and moving forward, let's not become CBS.
Let's just aspire not to be CBS.
Let's make this the last type story like that
Seriously.
we hear. Okay,
insane, man.
Woo! We finally have a date for Saved by the Bell,
dude. Who cares? I am going to watch it, though. I am going to watch it just to see what it's like, at least like the first couple episodes. But if it's not interesting, I'm going to drop off way fast.
Yeah, like November 25th.
Yeah.
So right around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Will we be thankful or not?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the question.
That's the real question, guys. Will we be thankful or not? It's going to be freaking interesting. Everybody knows the storyline. Zach's like governor, and fucking people are working at the school now, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is a huge milestone, especially for NBC Universal, and this is just an iconic freaking program.
Yes,
we're talking about SNL, Saturday Night Live. Woo! It's gonna be its 46th season.
That is so crazy to me.
Yeah, premiering tomorrow night, and I mean the show will be performed in front of a live audience once again, but however, due to COVID pandemic, tickets to the show, dress rehearsal, and live show have come a long list of health stipulations. I mean, everybody knows, probably getting tested upon arrival, and just making sure everybody's okay.
Temperature checks, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta be safe, man. You gotta be safe.
Yeah, and here's the crazy thing: if even just one person in your group tests, you ain't getting in either.
Yeah.
So sorry, but that's just the way it's gonna be.
Exactly. The crazy thing is, I mean, the premiere is sold out. Like the dress rehearsal and the live show are like.
Yeah, even with all the stipulations, it didn't stop people from going. So that's fantastic. And did you guys see Jim Carrey as Joe Biden?
Dude, those pictures.
My gosh, man. Just
excited.
the little teaser video. He doesn't even say a word, but
So
just the
excited.
look on his face. That is going to be so epic. I cannot wait to watch that.
Agreed, man. Agrees. And I mean, speaking of the pandemic, it has affected some shows that went back into filming.
Yep.
We're talking about Chicago Med. They paused their filming for the next 2 weeks due to a positive COVID test.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, they're doing all the right things. They're testing people when they get on set, like literally every single day, making sure everybody feels okay, like monitoring everybody. But I mean, it's unpredictable. The virus is unpredictable, so you can't knock somebody.
And that poor production, because this is the second positive testing in less than a week.
Oh shit!
On that show, so guys, you can still do everything right and still have that happen. But they did say it will not impact any of the premiere dates. It will not impact any of the Chicago shows that it crosses over with. So fingers crossed, everything is good, and it will debut on time on November 11th. So we'll see.
Definitely, man. A lot of rock news.
A lot of rock news.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the man, the myth, the legend himself,
yes,
has revealed that there's going to be a Young Rock series. It's going to be a comedy series at NBC, and it's going to be obviously inspired by his life. And if you follow him on Instagram or any of his social media platforms, he introduced you to who will be playing himself, his family, anybody and everybody who is around him at the age of 10.
Yes. What? Adrian Grohl as age 10. Bradley Constant will play him at age 15. Marco Polo star Uli Latugugfi, I just totally butchered that, will play him.
It was you, not me.
Yeah, it's true. I get one every now and then.
Yeah.
From 18 to 20 when he was playing football at the University of Miami. Stacey Lalua has been cast as his mom, Ada. And Joseph Lee Anderson is going to play his dad. And The Rock himself will appear in every episode. So I don't know if he's going to start them and then it goes to a flashback or how that's going to work.
Yeah, I'm super interested, especially since they've already cast, 3 people to play him in different stages of his life. I wonder if it's going to be like a This Is Us situation, or if he introduces what the episode's about, like you were saying, and then you go into it, or different stories of different sections of his life, and it'll just jump around from which actor plays him that week.
Yeah, I got to tell you though, guys, if you weren't following him and you didn't see these pictures, the fucking casting is brilliant.
It is.
He put side by side pictures of himself at that age and then the actor.
So good.
They look so much alike. I mean, he picked out some winners for. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Super excited, man. Super excited. And other super exciting things to talk about. I mean, the only reason we like talking about Sony is because of Marvel.
Although they do have more than just Marvel news this week.
Thank goodness.
But this is the biggie.
Thank goodness. Jamie Foxx is coming back, who played the iconic Spidey villain Electro, and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
He will reprise his role for the upcoming Spider-Man installment starring Tom Holland. So, interesting.
So that's very interesting because, guys, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was not an MCU movie.
Exactly.
The new Spider-Mans are. So they're taking a character, much like they did Joe Jonah Jameson, and bringing him into the MCU. So all I can say is this appears to most definitely be leaning towards all of the rumors that they are going to indeed do a live action version of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. All those rumors about will Garfield be in it, will Tobey Maguire be in it? Are they going to have? Why would you bring a Garfield villain into it if you're not going to have? And maybe that's how. Maybe there's going to be Holland will pop to a different world and you're going to see Garfield, Spider-Man, and Electro battling or something. I mean, maybe that's how they're going to do it. I don't know. But it's going to be epic either way.
Yeah, super excited. And I mean, Sony has said that the release date for this one's going to be November 5th of 2021.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that. Super excited. But with Halloween being 'tis this season, Blumhouse and Sony's The Craft, The Legacy, you know, it's kind of like a teen witch vampire thing, whatever. I mean, it's Halloween, so of course you're going to be looking for more horror content, and I mean, I feel like this is on the thriller side. But the reboot, this is a reboot. It's going to bypass the traditional theatrical release, no surprise, and go straight to VOD across North America, just in time for Halloween. And like they've been doing with multiple films before, it's going to be a 48-hour rental, and it's going to be $19.99.
Yeah.
Or you can buy it for $24.99, but if you don't even know if you'll like it, don't buy it. So, yeah.
Oh, that just reminds me quickly, even though I'm jumping back to Disney, I just saw this, though. But you bringing that up just reminded this coming Tuesday, Mulan won't be Disney Plus exclusive anymore. It'll be video on demand for multiple platforms. So
interesting.
Just throwing that out there. If you wanted to see it, you're still going to have to pay $30 for it.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to see it anywhere, on something other than Disney
Plus. Well, yeah,
so.
I mean, you literally got a month and a half left, or 2 months
before you can
left.
watch it as a
free.
Disney. Yeah, come on now.
So, I mean, yeah, just watch Mandalorian. It's dropping at the end of the month.
Damn right. That's worth money right there to pick it up. So,
true.
Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters!
Yes, and that's exactly who Sony Pictures Television called.
Yes.
They have got the global distribution rights to the documentary Who You Gonna Call? And you can figure out what this is about, right?
Right.
It's going to chronicle the singer behind that, Grammy-winning performer Ray Parker. I guess it's going to follow his life and how he came up through the streets of Detroit in the 60s and entered into the music industry and struggled his way through. And then with the breakthrough, obviously, smash hit of Who You Gonna Call for Ghostbusters. And so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
I mean, I like all these music documentaries lately. I think it's super exciting.
So. Yeah, and especially because, I mean, Netflix has the documentaries out right now now, like how they were made. Remember with like Dirty Dancing, Home Alone, Ghostbusters was on there.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they came across this song like randomly, so it's going to be a pretty interesting story.
Yeah. And then musicals that don't really need to be made.
Yeah, this is weird. This is
MGM has announced that Rocky and Legally Blonde are going to be musicals, like stage musicals, in their films and concert series. I guess it's going to be again in July of next year.
Yeah.
The Rocky in Concert series will include 6 musical events for each of the 6 times in the original franchise, or 6 films in the original franchise. The Legally Blonde in Concert series is going to revisit Reese Witherspoon's iconic outing as Elle Woods, and up until her boyfriend dumps her, and then she does everything to get back at him, including enrolling in law school. You guys know the story. They're going to turn that into a musical as well.
I could kind of see Legally Blonde because, they did a Clueless musical. So I could see them trying to counter with Legally Blonde. But Rocky? How the fuck are you going to make that a musical? Like, I don't want to see Rocky as a musical.
I love the theme song.
Yeah.
I love Eye of the Tiger. There's songs in the Rocky movies that are great, but...
Yeah, like... whatever. And don't get us wrong, we love stage performances, musicals, plays, all the theatrical production.
Hamilton,
love
Come on now.
Hamilton, like a fucking soundtrack on like repeat. But Rocky, like whatever. Heading over to A24, the juggernaut of the indie film game. They have attached Zendaya to play singer Ronnie Spector.
Yes. Just like Ronnie said, be my little baby. You guys remember that. If you don't remember Ronnie Spector's original Be My Little Baby, you remember Eddie Money's remake of Be My Little Baby, right? Be My Baby Tonight. And if you don't remember either of those, you're really young. I'm just saying, or I'm really old. Either or, I think this is brilliant casting. And apparently, Ronnie Spector herself personally hand-chose Zendaya to play her. So that's going to be badass. If you guys don't know, she formed a group back, in the 60s Motown era with her sister and her cousin, the Ronettes, Ronnie and the Ronettes. And she was signed by Phil Spector, legendary music producer and psychopath, Phil Spector. And
killed his other wife.
He killed that other wife. And she realized she had made a mistake by marrying him when she woke up with bars on the windows one morning. Anyway, it's going to chronicle her life in times of, coming up through that whole story. I think it's going to be brilliant, and I'm just going to go on record. Mark this, because we predict. Mark this Oscar nomination for Zendaya for this film. Write that down. The mouth said that on this date. What is it? October 2nd, 2020. I made it. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen, guys. It's going to freaking happen. I mean, she's everywhere. So I just won.
Zendaya.
She just won the Emmy.
You got that Emmy. Now get that gold Oscar. You got it, girl.
Hell yeah. Well, now heading over to the streaming juggernaut, which is Netflix.
Yes.
This is by no surprise. Netflix has renewed Cobra Kai for a 4th season. Wait, season 3 isn't out yet. But get ready, guys. I mean, January 8th. That's not that far away of 2021. Season 3 will come out. And then... Season 4.
Yeah, did you guys see the trailer? It's cool. I mean, and he wakes up in the hospital.
Thank God.
So it's brilliant. They do all the kind of recap thing in the trailer, and then at the end he kind of wakes up and Johnny's there, and they're all like, and then it says, and season 4 in training. So that's how they announced it. So pretty badass. I mean, I love this fucking show.
I do too, man. I do too. It's
so
found new life on Netflix, man. Like YouTube took it for granted. I think so. And I mean, they didn't really know what they were doing with their streaming services, I feel like. So I mean, it making the transition over to Netflix is just huge. So I'm super thrilled about that, and it's just such a good show. I mean, it's got a little cheesy moments, but it's nostalgia cheese.
And it's all 80s, baby.
Yeah. So, I mean,
How popular is it? It's the most popular Netflix series of 2020.
Yeah.
And it just bumped Ozark off as I think the 4th most popular Netflix series ever.
Which is crazy.
It's crazy. There you go. So
yeah. And I mean, speaking of another huge popular Netflix series,
yes,
The Crown, they have announced their premiere date for the 4th season.
Finally.
It's going to be November 15th.
Finally, guys. It feels like it's been like 8 years since the last season, right? Like, I mean, that trailer was intense too, though. We finally saw Thatch Thatcher and Diana, and oh my gosh, man, this is going to be an exciting season, y'all. Yeah. Charles is still pissed that he couldn't be with Camilla.
Of course.
But then they have the epic wedding of the century with the planned wedding with Diana, and just the Queen's feud with Thatcher.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see how many people that dropped off of this last season come back for this season.
I really hate that people dropped off last season. I know it was really slow in the beginning, and
That's
it was kind of but when they started diving deep into Charles and how he became the way he is, and the torment with Camilla, and how he just never could really live up to Philip and Elizabeth's vision for him, and it got really good.
Yeah,
I just wish people would have dove back in and kind of given it a chance there, but
yeah. Yeah.
This next one, though, sticking with the royalty, right?
Yeah, I feel like fucking tabloids, man. Especially in England.
Yeah.
They will not, they just want to know what the royals are doing.
Yeah, and they've been relentless on Meghan Markle.
Which is sad.
Yeah, well, now they were claiming, apparently, that with their new production deal with Netflix, that Harry and Meghan were going to be the stars of some reality show. It would be like trashy Beverly Hills Housewives following their life in L.A. or whatever. Well, it is not true.
No.
They have come out and said that is absolutely not true. They will not be taking part in any reality show as a part of their deal with Netflix. And, it's not happening.
Good. I mean, let them live their lives, man. They just want to be normal people. Is that so much to ask?
I know. And why all the hate towards Meghan?
I know.
Come on, man. Go watch Suits. You will love her again. You will love her again. She's such a good person, man. Just let it go.
Exactly.
Let it go.
Exactly. Russell Hornsby.
Oh.
Is set to star in a key recurring role in the upcoming third and final season of Lost in Space. Nobody knows what his role is going to be. It's kept under wraps right now. If you don't recognize the name, the dad in The Hate You Give.
Yes.
Super amazing actor. I was actually just watching Meet the Parents last night, and he popped up in there. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, he's a really good actor.
And Proven Innocent. Danny Strong's Proven Innocent.
Yeah.
He was brilliant on there, too. He's just a really great actor. So, and this is another one that I felt like it's been forever since we saw season 2 of this show.
Yeah.
So, good. At least we're finally getting them all again.
Exactly. Well, what I was saying earlier, Carrie Underwood is kind of like nowadays Dolly Parton.
Right.
And everybody knows Dolly Parton has a deal with Netflix.
Yes.
And now she will star and executive produce a musical holiday movie for Netflix called Christmas on the Square. A square dancing on Santa's face.
Is that what it's going to be?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No. Well, it's got Christine Baranski, who's not unfamiliar with Christmas movies. Remember, she was in How the Grinch Stole Christmas on The Good Wife. You guys know who she is. Jennifer Lewis, Treat Williams, man, he's finding a way to always stay around. Yeah. Here's the crazy fun part, though. If you're gonna do a musical, have the legendary Fame actor and director Debbie Allen be the person behind it.
Definitely.
She apparently is going to direct it. That's going to be exciting. November 22nd. So again, right around Thanksgiving, right around the time.
Yeah, man. Getting ready. All this exciting stuff, man. You got freaking Dolly Parton stuff. You got Bonk merchandise. Like, Thanksgiving is going to be a great time.
Yeah! Yeah! Watch Dolly Parton and then get you a nice little hoodie.
Exactly. Oh, man. Joey King, who is, like, Netflix's teenage
golden child at this point.
It's interesting. But she has signed on to star and executive produce an adaptation of Scott Westerfeld's international bestseller dystopian fantasy novel Uglies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess McGee is going to direct it. Yeah. So, I mean, Grey's Anatomy is apparently having a lot of people go to Netflix and do projects. Chris Vernoff, the showrunner for Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy, she's going to adapt and write the script. I wonder if this is the one that she was talking about that she finally sold. Remember, she said she had been doing I don't know, but interesting.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, the story is set in a world in which a compulsory operation at 16 wipes out physical differences and makes everyone conform to an ideal standard of beauty. So everybody's going to look exactly the same. That's interesting.
Yeah, Netflix goes out there, man. They go out.
They do.
They go out on those limbs, and they try stuff. You can't knock them for that. They always try stuff.
No, yeah, that's awesome.
Ugh. All right. Netflix has also announced the rest of the cast for Army of the Dead Las Vegas. And you guys know this is Zack Snyder's anime spin-off series of the zombie action heist movie, Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
And
which will star Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one.
Huge cast.
Yeah. Yeah. So and apparently, from what I understand, Dave Bautista is going to be in this animated series too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but anyway, they've cast Joe Manganiello, Christian Slater, Harry Lennox, Ross Butler, Vanessa Hudgens, Yetide Badaki, Christina Wren, Monica Barbo, Jenna Malone. Good gravy.
Everybody.
Nolan North, and like I said, they're going to join Dave Bautista, Anna De La Reguera, Tig Notaro, and Omari Hardwick. Those are all people that are going to be starring in the live-action movie also, and they're going to be transitioning into this spin-off anime series too. So, wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow, Zack Snyder, dude.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Slaying it, man.
Dude, a lot of shit right now. It's super awesome to see. Super awesome to see. This next one kind of sucks because, it kind of filled the BoJack Horseman shoes there for a while there at Netflix. Netflix has ordered the 5th and final season of its animated comedy series, F is for Family. And if you're not familiar with the show, it comes from writer and comedian Bill Burr.
Yep.
And Laura Dern's in it, Justin Long, Debbie Derryberry, and Haley Reinhart, Sam Rockwell, and among multiple others, but it's based in the 70s after the Vietnam War, hippies. It's a great, hilarious show.
And Bill Burr himself plays the main character, right? Yeah, so the creator plays the main character. So yeah, it's a really good show, and like you said, kind of,
It was Family Guy for Netflix, basically.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane playing everybody in Family Guy. Bill Burr playing everybody in F is for Family.
That's a good.
It's a hilarious show, guys. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to do that. And if you haven't checked out BoJack Horseman, be sure to check that one out as well.
Yes, and are you excited about John Cena and Idris Elba in Suicide Squad coming up?
So super excited.
Well, apparently that's not the only thing.
Yeah.
They're re-teaming. I guess they got together and made a pitch
for
a movie, which is really interesting, but Amazon won.
Yeah, right.
Heads of State. John Cena and Idris Elba pitched to this packaged film project. Amazon got it. I guess they did this by Zoom. They made a Zoom pitch with the two of them and screenwriter Harrison Query, and then the two producers on the project. And the plot is being kept under wraps, but you had to know with these two, it's an action film, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, apparently a 90s style, high-octane action film described as, apparently this is how they described it in the pitch, a bit of Air Force One meets Hobbs and Shaw, bringing together an odd couple in a high-stakes situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely going to be entertaining. Idris Elba and John Cena, these two guys are fucking huge right now. So it's really going to be entertaining. And kudos for fucking Amazon. Of course they have boatloads of money. Jeff Bezos himself could have fucking paid for this whole thing.
Yeah, he could single-handedly save the theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, by himself.
Yeah, by himself.
But yeah, just taking risks, especially for original projects.
these 3 stories in a row are talking on the epitome of taking risks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and the next one is filming has resumed back in New Zealand for Amazon's The Lord of the Rings TV series. Everybody knows it was shut down due to COVID, 2 episodes in mid-March. But yeah, man, that one, they're paying lots of money for that
one. Yeah, rumors has it, each season is as much as the 3 films cost together. To make. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. And do people still want to see it?
Exactly.
That's why we're saying it's a risk. But, Amazon's spending that money, man.
Yeah, agreed. And this next one is interesting. I don't know why. And Sacha Baron Cohen is, he's a genius, but in his own weird corner way.
Did we need this though?
I know, that's my thing. Did we need this? Because the first one was a time period thing. I feel like it, I don't know. But anyway, Amazon has acquired the worldwide rights of Borat, the sequel.
Yeah.
I was very confused by the first one. So now, like,
and then he rushed this one because he apparently tried to get it done before Election Day because he wanted it released before Election Day.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a hurried, scurried kind of a let's get this put together kind of a
it is what it is, man. I
guess, but there it is, right there. The first one made $250 million.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why they made another one. I mean,
I mean, try to capitalize on things, but too little, too late.
Yes,
I believe so. Heading over to Apple now, they're doing a lot of awesome music documentaries, especially about artists like Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
still
have you
need to
watched
watch.
That
No,
one yet?
I still have not.
So damn good, man.
I know, I still need to. But now, Jay Cutler, everybody knows he did one about Billie Eilish.
Yes,
and now it's going to go to Apple TV Plus, and it's going to be in theaters this February, which is awesome because not a lot of documentaries go into theaters anymore. So I'm super pumped about it because she is well beyond her years. Like, she's only like 18, 19, maybe not even that. Like, and she tours with her brother, her family. Like, I'm super excited.
Yeah, and she just released the video for her theme song for the new James Bond movie.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's black and white, and, clips from the movie, but her voice.
Yeah, it's
so sultry and so older than you would think that, it's just beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Her rendition of Yesterday at the Oscars for the memoriam thing.
Oh my gosh, man. Just, and all the haters lay off.
All right.
Just, man, she's a brilliant talent. So yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Definitely. Oh, I mean, Apple capitalizing on a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Oscar-nominated actress Naomi Harris is set to reunite with Moonlight co-star and Oscar winner Mashallah Ali.
Yes.
In the Apple TV Plus original film Swan Song.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then throw in an Oscar-winning director.
Yeah, exactly. Freaking Benjamin Clary, who wrote the screenplay and is directing the film, is described as a general bending drama set in the near future that explores how far someone will go, how much they will sacrifice to make a happier life for the people they love.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's deep. That's really freaking deep.
That is deep.
So I'm excited. We need deep, dramatic pieces like these.
We do. And you know what else we need? Like we were talking about with the other streamers? Musicals.
Yeah.
And who doesn't need a musical with Keegan-Michael Key?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on now. And Alan Cumming. This is the third Good Wife person that we've had in the show today. like they are all just hitting it. They're all going. But Keegan-Michael Key and Alan Cumming, of course, that's who I'm talking about from the Good Wife. Fred Armisen, Kristen Chenoweth. Of course, she's in a musical.
Of course.
And everything. Aaron Tveit, Dev Cameron, Ariana DeBois, and wow, Jamie Camel, Jane Krakowski, and Anna Harada are joining Cicely Strong from Saturday Night Live. You know Cicely from Saturday Night Live. And apparently they are doing an musical comedy project. Doesn't have a title yet, but they are coming together to do a musical comedy project at Apple. And it's going to follow a couple of backpacking on a trip designed to reinvigorate their relationship when they discover the magical town of Shmigabadoon, in which everyone acts as if they're a studio musical from the 1940s. Then can they discover, and they can't leave until they find true love.
Interesting.
So they're gonna find a town where they're basically implanted into a 40s musical, and they can't leave until they fall back in love.
Yeah, like
that's gonna be really
you're
fun,
trapped.
I mean, okay. Everything in the 40s was a musical, so, I mean, that sounds pretty good to me.
Right?
It does. I'm sorry, but it does.
Super freaking exciting, man. But other exciting things are our guest segments. Guys are super excited to announce Allen Maldonado for coming on the show. Oh, man, this guy is just an epic, inspirational person. He's literally everywhere. Music, film, writing, directing. Dude, he does it all.
But if you listen to him, he doesn't have his shit together.
Right.
That's why he's so humble, man. He's like, no, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're like killing it. Dude.
Exactly.
And guys, the story that he tells about his first on-set experience with Denzel Washington is worth the entire interview alone. It is so good, man.
So freaking funny. Well, guys, here he is.
Allen Maldonado, welcome inside the Crazy Ant Farm. How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah, dude, we have so much to talk to you about. We've been kind of hinting to the listeners that you were coming on, and they're all super pumped.
I love it.
Oh, man, we appreciate you calling in and talking to us today, no doubt. Got to be one of the busiest guys in Hollywood right now, for sure.
Hey, man, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to even be working during this crazy time. So,
I hear that.
I definitely appreciate it.
Right. First of all, let's say huge congratulations on Project Power, dude. It was trending #1 on Netflix for like God knows how long, dude. Well deserved,
man. That's
dude.
Crazy. It's crazy. we was #1 in 100 countries, man.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
No, I ain't gonna say that. But like, man, like we were #1 in the world. We're #1 in the world, baby. That's what we do.
That's it, man. And of course, we're gonna talk about that. Of course, Netflix loves you. There's no doubt. We're gonna be talking about some stuff with Netflix. But what we like to do is kind of introduce you to the listeners a little bit by telling them how you kind of got started in the industry, man. Was it something you knew you always wanted to do, or did you kind of fall into it on a different path, or how'd that start, man?
Well, you know what? It kind of feels like I was, saying it earlier, man. I've been doing this longer than I haven't. I started when I was 17, and really, it was my senior year in high school, and I was just trying to find a class to add an extra elective. I was already graduating early. I played basketball, so I thought I had my kind of life set. And then I stumbled into acting class, and it changed my whole world. It was like a fish to water. It was something that I didn't know that I was, naturally gifted at, opposed to basketball, where I wasn't, being that I'm not not 6'7". So I had some gravity issues, in my in my dreams of being an NBA player. So it really made sense when at an early age. I'm just fortunate and blessed that I was able to acknowledge it at a young age, and just went for it, man. Kind of just left the house, went to LA, sleeping on floors and couches, just like, hey, I'm gonna make this acting thing work, man, and just do acting classes and constant and consistent auditioning. I've gotten to this place where, I'm proud to say I've been in this business 20 years, and to have developed myself as an actor as well as a writer is, it's one of those dreams. I'm living my dream.
Dude, I love it. I mean, you can already hear the passion off your voice, bro. It's like
Thank you,
5 minutes into the interview, and it's like we can hear it. I mean, we just got done with another interview where the dude literally said that he slept on somebody's front porch, like caved in front porch with like a freaking AC unit, and it's a grind, bro. It's really a grind.
I feel this pain, man. Like, for you definitely, you will find yourself, this might be a t-shirt, you might find yourself in strange places chasing your dream as an actor.
Yeah.
You can take it how you want to take it.
That's it, dude. I feel like chasing the dream, it's 50% passion, 50% sacrifice, man, because there's a lot of sacrifice going on when you got to do it.
Yes, it is, man. And I think that, it's unfortunate that a lot of these young kids now that are in their mid-20s feel like they're failures. And it's like, man, I just started to mess up. Like,
right?
I just started to mess up. Like, I had about 10 more years to mess it up before I figured it out. Like,
for real, right? You packing it in,
game,
exactly.
Right.
You packing it in at 20. You ain't even got it started yet.
Like,
I mean, come on now.
You in the mid first quarter. Like, it's all right. It's all right. Walk it off.
That's right, man. Shit, you didn't even come off the bench then. I mean, come on now.
Right. It's early, man. Let these kids, man, relax, baby. It's early. You will figure it out, man. Life is ever evolving, man. So once you think you figured out, the world changes.
Exactly. And talking about ever evolving, man, we should mention. Okay, you said you're right, but you're like you've kind of taken this whole. You're like an entrepreneur. You're in the music business, but keeping it involved with entertainment, and you've got to be like one of the most educated and put together individuals. Like, once you found your track, man.
Opposite. It is.
No. You say, but I'm telling you, man. I feel like you got your stuff together.
have nothing together. This is me.
And he's humble.
Where are we at right now? Like, yeah, it's when I tell you, I'm definitely gonna say I'm an ex-workaholic and now I'm a liveaholic. Where it was at one point in my life, and I needed to be. I was living to work rather than working to live, and I'm at a new place in my life where I'm working to live rather than the workaholic that I once was. So it's finding a balance between being organized and being an artist, which is not organized. So it's like it's the dance between coloring in the lines and coloring outside of the lines that I often challenge myself to try to master.
That's another T-shirt,
right? That's what I was just thinking.
Guy is dropping T-shirts all day long.
Underdog, put it on a T-shirt. Underdog, put it on a T-shirt.
Oh my goodness, man! But I mean, you're killing it right now. I mean, you got Blackish, you got Superfly, you got Survivor's Remorse. I mean, Straight Outta Compton, The Equalizer, bro. The list goes on and on, bro. Like, what do you think was your big, first ever exciting experience on one of these huge sets?
Yo, I mean, I guess exciting, man. My first film was, I did Friday After Next.
Yeah.
That probably was my most nervous and exciting moment. My most embarrassing moment was working with Denzel. That was embarrassing.
I can imagine terrifying.
Just embarrassing, man. Like the whole flight, I'm hyping myself. I'm like, oh, wait till he see me. He hasn't seen Allen Maldonado yet. Denzel Washington, okay. I'm like, yeah, wait till he see me. So on the day of the first day, of course my van is late.
Oh,
so
shit.
I'm running late to set. So I get rushed through everything, makeup, wardrobe. They literally walking me straight to my mark. And as I'm walking to my mark where they've all got everything all set up, Antoine Fuqua pops out of nowhere like, hey, man, it's all the tape, man. I really like what you did. All right, great, man. You're going to do well. I'm like, what? And he disappears. I'm like, the director didn't give me no direction. Like, I'm just all right, we just going to wing it. We just going to wing this shit. So I get on the mark. And next thing you know, where Antoine Fuqua went in hiding, I hear his voice say, action. Denzel hits the corner. It was like the monster in the ring at the end of the movie when she stepped out of the TV and the first time you saw it, you was like, oh! That's how I felt. That's how I felt when he hit the corner. I froze up. I'm supposed to say a line as he's passing. He almost leaves the building as much as he's trying to hold on to his character while waiting for me to say
but it's Denzel Washington. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And it doesn't stop there. After that embarrassing moment comes up, he introduces himself. He's like, what's your name? I say, good morning. I say, okay, that's not my name. That's not my name. Good morning. Not my name. Wow, this is the total opposite of what I thought was having to play. I don't even know my name. So yeah, that was exciting, man. That was it's even strange saying it out loud, man. That I actually had the opportunity to do a film with Denzel Washington.
Oh, dude, man, that's so epic. It's so, but what a story to tell afterwards, right? I mean, even now you can just tell, any opportunity like that is just amazing. And you got so much stuff coming up. Like we said, I mean, Netflix with Project Power, it was just a huge success. I have no doubt a sequel would be coming for that. I've got to imagine.
Come on now,
exactly.
I need to have powers in the sequel, man.
Exactly.
I'm that out there.
You're recovered from that gunshot wound. You ready to go, bro?
Listen,
come on,
I'm ready to go, man. I tripped and fell in the power. We gonna rewrite the whole movie right now.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I feel like there's opportunity there, though. I mean,
there it is, man. Look, I'm there. I'm set up.
All right.
Set up already. I'm established.
That's it.
I'm established.
Well, look, I mean, I feel like you got some leeway. You got some negotiation power going on because Netflix clearly likes you. They picked up Sneakerheads, dude. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
dude.
you, man. Excited.
Super excited about that.
Man.
Yeah.
Excited for, I'm excited for the world to not just see, the work that I've done in it, but just the incredible, cast that we have, especially my running mate, Andrew Bachelor King Batch, man. He came through and, he came aboard. He did me a favor, man. I asked him to be a part of this. I handpicked it myself. And I really felt in this particular role, it's different than what a lot of people have grown accustomed to me in a comedy setting, I'm usually the funny guy, where in this particular series, I play the straight man. And I really wanted somebody that I can trust and that I felt was a comedic genius that he is. And Bats came through and represented, man. I'm just really excited for people to see our chemistry on camera, and just how special that is. I think it's going to be dope.
Yeah, no doubt. And dude, this reality, the whole premise of this show, this is a huge thing right now going down. I mean, with the sneakers, man, it's huge.
Yeah, the sneaker culture is big, man. Like, as in doing research for the role, like I can appreciate a sneaker, but I wouldn't consider myself a sneakerhead because I know them guys go hard.
Yeah, they go deep into it. They go deep into it. They're cleaning them with toothbrushes. Like, they're doing all of that.
But that's the thing. It's past that. They would drop them off as shoe cleaners. Shout out to Jason Mark.
Yeah.
Like, they're shoe cleaners now. Like, it's beneath them to scrub their own shoes with toothbrushes now. Like, you talk about prehistoric times. Like, you could drop it off at the cleaners. Like, these shoes are worth $10,000. Like, these are vehicles. Like,
it's
like one shoe was $30,000. Like, wait a minute, that's a Camry.
Yeah, right. Like, and they're never gonna wear them either. They're gonna keep them nice and crisp. Like,
but see, with some of the sneakerheads, they do. Like, it's insane, man. Like, that's why I wouldn't consider myself. I wouldn't want to disrespect anybody that's a true sneakerhead by calling myself what I can say. I can appreciate a good shoe, and I got a couple sneakers that I think that are expensive. That I was like, what, I got to get these. But those guys, man, I as much respect to those guys because they've really turned that a pair of sneakers into an art form. Mm-hmm. And the culture is the value to the sneaker, not the sneaker, man. And I just hope that with the show that people really, really enjoy what we're trying to do and enlighten and bring people that may not be sneakerheads into the culture.
Absolutely.
I love that, man. And I mean, I really want to talk about what it was like working opposite of this freaking comedy legend, Tracy Morgan, man, on freaking The Last OG. What was that like? Especially like...
Yeah, man. Man, I feel like I've just been in college and it's been strange. Like, I feel like I've been a fly on the wall. Not even though people have seen me and have, see my career grow over the years, but I just feel like I've been a fly on the wall of all these legends, listening and learning from Tracy, from Denzel, from working with Sir Bean Kingsley. Jennifer Aniston. Like, I work with a bunch of incredible actors that I've just soaked in all the information. And Tracy Morgan was just another one on the list that I just was, on the comedic side that he's always on. Like, he's never not Tracy Morgan.
Hell yeah.
He's never not Tracy Morgan. That's who he is, man. And he's just, everything is about how can I make people laugh, and that's what's special about him.
Definitely, man, definitely. And I mean, an up-and-comer herself, like, these past couple years have been huge for Tiffany Haddish. So, I mean, she must be an amazing soul to work with.
Yeah, man, I'm just happy for her, man. I knew her before The Last OG, and we worked on an MTV pilot years. So the respect for her is very high. Just to understand and know the grind, and she was that she witnessed, and that I witnessed, and that we both were enduring at the same time as we were climbing this ladder of success, man. And I'm just over the moon of all of the success that she's been able to obtain the last couple of years. She deserves it, man. It's like, man, this is, it takes 20 years to become an overnight success, man.
Yeah, it really does.
Man, I can't wait for that night to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy for anybody that's having that moment, man. Like, enjoy it.
Exactly.
Oh, dude.
Beautiful thing.
Okay, look, yours is coming, no doubt. I want to talk about your workout videos on Instagram, dude, are intensely insane. Let me tell you, they are some of the most entertaining videos that I watch. And you just relentless on that little guy, man. The little thin guy, dude. You're just hardcore on him. I absolutely. For anybody who is not following you, y'all need to follow him on Instagram and watch these because they are fantastic. Which leads me to you are one ripped motherfucker, dude. You are ripped. So when I saw that you were signing on to Stars, is he gonna go toe to toe with Stephen Amell? Because that is two dudes I would love to see throw down on that show. So talk about that, dude. What's the role coming up in Stars? Are you going to throw down?
Listen, man, I play a pro wrestler named Rooster. So you know how that goes. You know how that goes. So, it's inevitable.
Oh, yeah.
Being that that's the world that we're creating, man, led by the great, Mike O'Malley, who's show running and kind of leading the ship of the series. Man.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just really excited to get over there and get to playing. I put on 25 pounds of muscle for this role, so I'm ready to go.
Hell yeah, bro! Shit.
I have no doubt that is going to be a hit. I have absolutely no doubt it is going to kill it, man. So, and you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner. Amongst all the other stuff that you are doing, you're a business owner, and you have a music company, and I mean, it's just. Yeah. Dude, talk about that. For anybody who doesn't know, music placement in the industry is one of the hardest things to get done in this industry, and yet you're killing it, bro.
Thank you, man. We started this company maybe 3 years ago, and I've been doing TV placements for the past 8 years. And it was as a musician, I began to, venture off into just other options early on in my career as a musician. Like, wait a minute, there's money on this side of the ball, not just becoming Jay-Z, so to speak.
Right.
There's money in so many different avenues aside from just becoming a, household artist. So I began to, make music for TV placements. Eventually, I kind of fell out of love with music, and then ran into my business partner over the years that I've known since he was 16 years old, and he was in the business basically since he was a kid to this point. And we started getting down music, and we're getting placements all over the world. We have a huge deal with BMG that will be doing the majority of the music over there for TV and placement. Our catalog will now be represented by BMG, which is one of the biggest TV and film placement catalogs in the world. So it's just been leveling up, man. And I'm excited to say that I've re-entered into doing music after a 5-6 year hiatus. So I'll be releasing some music at the end of the year.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's even more so. I mean, gonna have you back on, bro, when that shit drops.
Let's do it. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. I mean, speaking of music a little bit, you gonna be playing a musician in an upcoming role, Scroll Wheel of Time. I mean, you gonna be Ja Rule himself, man.
Yeah, that was fun, man. That was the same people. That was family over there. It was the same cast directors from Blackish. And they had this situation where they had this kind of skit where they wanted to involve a Ja Rule lookalike. So we thought it'd be fun. We thought it'd be fun to go over there and have some fun. Yeah, shout out, man. That was fun, man. I just hope that Ja Rule ain't too mad, because I still rock with Ja Rule.
Right. Even after the Fire Festival, bro.
Come on, man. People make mistakes, man.
I feel you.
People make mistakes. You gotta learn how to forgive people, man. Come on.
Oh my goodness!
Just the fact that it's hilarious as hell, it was worth it. That thing was just crazy. I don't even want to get into it. That just was a crazy situation.
It really was.
It's a moment in time, good and bad. Man.
Exactly.
Good and bad. It's a moment in time that we all remember. It's worth something.
Definitely do not blame him fully for that shit. That was definitely that other dude.
No, man. Yeah, man. It's yo, sometimes you put your name on stuff and you wait a minute.
Exactly.
Wow. I misjudged this one.
Oh, yeah. We've all been in that situation. We've all been there, man. Oh shit! But I mean, what do you think is probably your most like the funnest time you've ever had on set, besides all the stuff we've talked about before? I mean, like you said, you've worked with some very notable names.
It didn't have nothing to do with nobody.
Oh
Man,
shit!
I had the opportunity to do a Call of Duty Ghost with James Mangold. And, he's like the Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, all the Wolverines walk the line, and getting into that space of an action, becoming an action star, that's the goal. So,
right.
Being able to go to do Call of Duty, you basically like live the video game. I got to shoot everything from handguns to bazookas.
Oh, wow.
I got to flirt with Megan Fox. It was a great time.
It was a great time.
Of course, man.
It was a great time. I want to keep the party going. Like, I want that again. Like, that's what I want.
Damn straight. And Mangold's a monster, dude. He's a badass. Like, I mean, for anybody who doesn't know, he's a brilliant filmmaker, dude.
Yes, he is. Fucking love James. I love Mangold.
Well, you mentioned writing earlier, that you're writing. Do you see yourself maybe going behind the camera and doing some directing and stuff like that in the future?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. I've had the opportunity to direct several short films in a Google series. And so I've definitely dibbled and dabbled in that, and I'm excited for that. I got some things in the works where I'll be making that happen, but I'm just trying to pick the right project to make my directing debut.
Absolutely. I have no doubt, like, you're gonna do it and it's gonna be successful, because you ooze passion, bro. And like, when you have that much fun and that much passion, and like you said, now you're doing it. You're not doing it for the money. You're not working to work, and you're doing it for all the right reasons, dude. So success is bound to come no matter what you do.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
Of course. And I mean, I gotta know, man, because I mean, you doing so many different things. What's the end goal?
You know what? Hey, I'm gonna keep it very, very simple, man. To do whatever the hell I want, man.
Hell yeah!
I just want to be able to do what I want. Again, back to working to live. Like, I just want to live and do whatever I want. And I'm not a person that wants for much, but I do like a little luxury too. So There's certain things that I have to work hard in certain areas in order to live the lifestyle that I want to live. But ultimately, it's freedom and happiness.
Exactly. I mean,
I love what I do. So
there you go.
That's endless.
That's what it's about. I mean, we talk about it all the time, that basically, I mean, money can be a crutch sometimes. Sometimes people, like, they just basically work to pay bills and like do things like that. But when you don't have to worry about money at all, that's when you can start living. That's when you can start truly enjoying life and this beautiful earth that we're on, man. There's so many amazing places you can go and experience different cultures and a whole bunch of different shit that's just so amazing. And so, yeah, that's really what it's about. Just try not even to be famous, but just to fucking live life.
Yeah, nah, man. Be famous to yourself. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's another T-shirt. The man is just dropping them.
Underdog, put that on the T-shirt, man.
Be famous to yourself. That's it.
Yeah, man, that's the truth.
Oh man! So listen, okay, you kind of been dropping it the whole interview, but we're gonna ask you to do some more. What advice? Because we like to end the interviews with this. What advice would you pass on to people trying to come up in the industry, and what pitfalls would you tell them to make sure that they avoid?
Okay, I try to make a long answer short, man, just because it's important. For actors, you got to thoroughly understand that you are not starting an acting career, but you're starting a small business. This will alleviate a lot of the emotional disappointment that you're going to receive as you begin to build equity in this business. Because a lot of times, most actors are going for a role and be like, man, I like this. But it's like, wait a minute. If you saw yourself as a small business and you're competing against these other small and established small businesses, what I like to explain is that if you had $40 million and you had to bet it on black, this is what happens. You have to really, you want to know how often is landed on black. You want to know every ideal statistics on how you're going to get your money back. If I'm putting $40 million in a film, this actor could be the greatest actor I ever saw in my life, but his last movie did $5. This other guy, I don't even like this other guy, but his last movie did $1 billion. I'm going to pick the guy, that last movie did $1 billion because I want my money back. That's all that these investors are concerned with, you know. So understanding that it's a business and you have to build your small business to gain equity for these these big companies to invest in you. So you getting an audition is this company investing in you in the belief that you can help them complete their overall goals, which you getting a return on the money that's invested.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think enough people go into the industry understanding that. So that's invaluable advice. I mean, let's be honest about it. You are a brand. And you've got to build your brand, and you've got to make your brand desirable for those investors to put you in something. And you're exactly right, man. I think that's about as real as it gets.
I think that the people that came in and dominated social media really had that understanding early and understood that's what it was about. And now, those same individuals are getting opportunities in many different facets, not just acting, but just sponsorships, endorsements, hosting. Like they understood that if I built equity on my brand, people will want to invest in it. And so it not just in acting, just like as I built my career not as just an actor, but as a writer, as a director, as a producer, and all these other things. But that was built through the equity of acting in my experience.
That's it.
I love it. Dude, so good. Thank you, man, for taking some time out of your day, bro. Like, this was so good. So fun, really. Might have been the funnest interview we've ever had.
Hey, man, I don't care if you said it. If you say that at the end of every interview, I'm gonna say I'm gonna take it as the best one yet. I'm gonna believe you. You're right. This is the best interview ever.
Hell yeah!
Oh man, seriously, with the open invite though, dude, you got so much going on. We definitely want to have you back on and continue the conversation,
no problem,
bro.
Man. Yeah, as soon as I get the music all set and ready and rock and rolling, man, we gonna do this. We gonna do this party again, man.
Hell yeah. Dude, thanks so much for coming and talking to us today, man. I know the listeners are gonna love this one, and dude, just continued success, man. Take care, and we'll definitely holler at you, bro.
Awesome, man. Thank you guys, man. Y'all have a good one.
You too, man. Take care. Bro.
All right.
See ya. Man, just so good. I think that's a great way to look at things because, I mean, a lot of people do get wrapped up in the emotions of the entertainment industry and getting denied a job or not getting a call back, things like that. But if you look at yourself as a brand and treat yourself as a small business, these huge businesses like Warner Brothers, Warner Media, Disney, they are investing in you. So that's a great way to look at it and not get your feelings hurt.
Absolutely. And I love his motto about, not working for, life.
Yeah.
Because I think there are so many people who do that. They literally get up every day and their only purpose is to work.
Yeah.
And how can you possibly live life like that?
Exactly.
So I just love his whole philosophy, man, his whole outlook.
I agree, man. I know the listeners are going to love this one. Thank you again, Allen, for coming on the show. All right, man. Jason,
yes,
our podcast producer, making the top 5 so damn difficult every single week. I know I say this every single time, but still, Jack Nicholson films.
Woo!
That's rough, man.
To try to pin it down.
Yeah, like this guy has been in everything,
exactly.
Basically.
Oh,
like,
man.
I don't even know. I don't even know where to start because, I mean, with him, like, kind of bouncing in everything, maybe not being the leading man in something, it's just like, but I literally went with fucking anything that he's ever been in.
I mean, it's true. Like, it's just been awesome.
Yeah.
I tried to find some rare ones, too, but, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
Because everything he was in was, like, epic. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. Well, my number 5 goes to Something's Gotta Give.
Yes.
His later years. I mean, the rom-com, him and Diane Keaton and Keanu Reeves and Jon Favreau. Like, there's so many epic people in this film that, I mean, it's just like... It's a rom-com. Everybody needs a good rom-com every now and then.
Exactly.
But yeah, Jack Nicholson, even in that kind of role, because, I mean, normally you think about his earlier work being very dramatic, but even in a rom-com, like, he's great, man. He's just such a good actor.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then in the same kind of a sense, I tried to find one that's like, you don't think about it off the top of your head with a Jack Nicholson film, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I went with About Schmidt. Where it's kind of like a late life crisis. His wife suddenly dies on him, and he's got an estranged relationship with the daughter, and she's about to get married. So after the death, he kind of jumps in an RV, and he's retired, so he's kind of lost in life about what his purpose is and everything. Gets in this RV and drives across town, country to try to stop his daughter's wedding and fix the relationship and everything. And I mean, Dermot Mulroney, Hope Davis, Kathy Bates. It's a phenomenal cast, but just this idea of an older Nicholson lost and trying to figure out life, I just think it's one of his best performances, honestly, and one of his underrated performances that not a people remember. So, I mean, on my list, number 5, About Schmidt.
Well, that's kind kind of how it was with my number 4 as well. And I'm going with As Good as It Gets. I mean, when he's trying to, like, I mean, obviously he's an old school writer and trying to adapt to this new culture with, like, living by a gay artist. So he's trying to adapt to that. And I mean, like I said before, just anything this guy is in, he's so damn good. Damn near like one of the best actors of all time. Like, this is a really good movie because it helps people learn things about themselves and learns how to adapt to other situations maybe you're not comfortable with. So, yeah, As Good as It Gets, my number 4.
There it is. And my number 4, at the top of the game, like one of his all-time biggest films, one of his all-time best films, and probably one of his all-time best performances, in my opinion, Chinatown. Yes, old Jack's investigator, in the seedy world of adultery wives, and trying to pick apart bad marriages and everything, and he just gets caught up in this huge murder scandal, and it's just Faye Dunaway is absolutely brilliant in this film with Jack Nicholson, and I think the big controversy around this one is, of course, it was directed by Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
So had a kind of a lot of stuff going on back in the day when it came out, but I don't think anybody would argue that Chinatown was one of his best performances by far. And they made a sequel about it, a few years back. A few years now, it's like 20 years ago.
Yeah, right.
That sequel was made. But remember, they supposedly have got a Chinatown series in the works.
Yeah.
The story is still popular. I don't know if Nicholson will be in any way, shape, or form involved with it, but Chinatown, number 4 on my list. One of my favorites.
Definitely. Really good, man. Really good. My number 3 goes to Batman. Batman, like I was saying, even if he wasn't in the leading role, he was a great secondary villain. I mean, basically, being the Joker, like, honestly, one of the best Jokers of all time. Like, so damn good. Him, Heath Ledger, and freaking Joaquin, like, they're just so damn good, man. So damn good. And I feel like he completely approached it from a different aspect. I feel like he started the dark side of the on-screen Joker. Like, telling the backstory, how he became and how he got his face pale and all that, how he, like, fell into the acid and shit. Like, I think he made some footsteps that these other great actors walked in, basically.
Yeah. What I like is that all 3 versions were so drastically different.
Yeah.
Like with Joaquin's character and and Heath Ledger's character, there was like circumstances of life slowly drove them to where they became.
Yeah.
But with Nicholson's, it was like he was just a straight up smart guy, the right hand man to a gangster, a hard thug, had shit going.
He was like on top of the world.
And literally falling into the vat of acid and his whole world being changed by the fucked up look that it gets. Drove him insane.
Yeah.
Made him this crazy Joker. So, yeah, it's an interesting, kind of a whole how they all approached it, but just brilliant, man.
Yeah.
By far, scary fucking Joker.
Yeah, right.
That's
what I was saying, because, you saw the Joker's insecurities in this one, because he was, he didn't think he was good looking at all and ugly, and, he put on the skin color makeup to make himself, look like a normal person when, everybody knows that's not what he was, so.
Exactly. It wasn't until well later that he embraced his Joker side. He was, like you said, trying to cover it up. He's like, no, I'm still normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really, really good. My number 3, Hoffa. What can you say? The film is absolutely just mind-blowing brilliant. I don't think you could have ever, not to knock The Irishman or anything, but I don't think you will ever get a better performance as Jimmy Hoffa than this film with Jack Nicholson. It was just spot-on brilliant from start to finish. His performance was absolutely epic. I don't have to explain the story. Everybody knows the fucking story of Hoffa. But if you haven't seen the film and his performance as Hoffa, you need to watch it, because it's one of the rare ones where he actually makes the transformation with the look.
Yeah.
You go from Joker to Hoffa, but 2 of the rare movies where he actually did the makeup and the transformations to kind of look like the character, which he doesn't do a lot.
Yeah.
So just, if you're a gangster guy and you like those type films and you like real life crime stories and everything, you gotta watch this one, Hoffa, man.
Definitely. Well, my number 2 goes to a great, buddy comedy, basically, The Bucket List.
Oh, so
Him,
good.
Morgan Freeman, like basically everybody knows Jack Nicholson was like the money guy. Like he had it all. Like he could do whatever he wanted. And then everybody knows Morgan Freeman was kind of like a mechanic, just down on his luck. Always never had the money for his bills or anything like that. So when they came together and helped each other out, Freeman's character being able to show Nicholson's character the brighter side of life and what's worth living and what matters, and Nicholson being able to help Freeman's character experience the world, basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just such a good movie. And I mean, the bucket list. I feel like a lot of people have coined that term now. Like, they really make bucket lists to where they want to do all these things before they kick the bucket. So,
Absolutely.
Such a good movie, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, by far one of my favorites. And again, I think he's so known for these like over the top dramatic roles and these like psycho roles and all this kind of stuff. He's a great comedian.
He is.
You know, you think about the stuff he's done with Adam Sandler and like all these different comedic roles that he's had. He's really funny.
He is.
So I mean, yeah, that's a great pick, man. An absolutely great pick. My number 2. And this shouldn't surprise anybody, and if it does, I would be shocked. But my number 2, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, of course.
I mean, come on, guys. It's making a huge comeback now, obviously, with Ratched, you know, with Nurse Ratched. And it just, I mean, guys, this is a brilliant movie, okay, about a guy who's brought to, a psych ward, basically, a mental hospital, who he's not crazy. He's literally there, and he's not crazy. Okay, it's circumstances, and he's there amongst all these like guys. You know, some are crazy, some are not, and then of course Nurse Ratched, who is in charge of controlling all of these people and keeping them under control and everything. And he basically becomes the troublemaker. He's like, you know, you guys deserve more. They deserve TV. They deserve to have this. They, you know, and he starts this rallying, you know, kind of thing to rally the troops with the guys and to get better treatment, of course, which does not go over well with Nurse Ratched or anybody in the hospital. And causes all kinds of trouble. And as we all know, if you've seen it, he gets lobotomized at the end.
Yeah.
You know, because he attacks Nurse Ratched and, you know, an attempted rape. And, you know, he's lobotomized and, he can't live like that. He said if he's ever tortured, like, you know, and that ever happens to him, he doesn't want to live. So Big Chief smothers him with the pillow and then takes the big globe and breaks out of the mental hospital and everything. Just an absolutely brilliant film. Danny DeVito, Christopher Lloyd, Samson as Chief, who by the way he wasn't even an actor, he was just a local guy there.
Oh wow.
That kind of like, he was the only person the size of the Indian chief that was in the novel that fit that, and they're like, you're it, dude. Yeah. You're doing this. Brilliant performance by him. And then of course Louise Fletcher as Nurse Ratched, and I can't say enough. Kirk Douglas actually bought the rights to this film, and he was going to be in it and aged out before they could get it made. So Michael Douglas took it and produced it, put Nicholson in it. Rest is history, man.
Exactly.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
So damn good.
Boom!
So damn good.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want to watch it now, like you said, Ratchet's on Netflix, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is on Netflix as well. My number 1, I have talked about this movie a fuck ton. The Departed, Jack Nicholson playing Frank Costello, a.k.a. Whitey Bulger, and, my gosh, Leo, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Martin Sheen, the list goes on and on. Everybody knows how much I love this movie. So, and I mean, his portrayal of this freaking character is so badass. The way he has to make sure that people are loyal to his organization, to make sure that Leonardo DiCaprio's character isn't a rat or isn't a FBI informant or a police informant, and to make sure that his guy on the inside, Matt Damon's character, stays on his side, because Matt Damon's character grew up in the ranks with Whitey, and then, you guys know the story. It's just so damn good. Everybody knows my favorite, The Departed, Leo.
Yes. Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
My number 1, it was, I back and forth. I changed it. Like, I swear 50 times. It was either A Few Good Men or my number 1. But we talked about A Few Good Men so much, you know, with the courtroom dramas and everything, and I felt like we gave it its due.
Yeah.
So number 1, The Shining.
Of course.
I mean, come on.
Come on, guys.
Come on. Can you have a Jack Nicholson list without The Shining fucking Jack Torrance? Come on. All work, no play makes dull boy.
Yeah, you know.
Just like, when he comes through that door with the axe,
Here's Johnny.
Exactly. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Such a good scene.
I'm just gonna bash your fucking brains. I mean, it's so good.
Yeah.
Poor Shelley Duvall, man, and little Danny Torrance, and But the creepiest thing, still, this movie terrifies me even to this day. Grown ass man, those creepy ass twins, and then Jack at the end, frozen over in the fucking maze, just like woo!
Yeah.
But his progression from a guy that's like being isolated and like how it messes with you mentally and totally fucks your head up, and just his progression into craziness, and then just like absolutely brilliant. And the crazy thing about it is fucking Stephen King hated it.
Yeah.
He hated the film. He hated the version of it. And I'm like, this is brilliant.
Why?
How can you hate this? But there it is. My number one, The Shining, man.
So damn good. So damn good. Great top 5 segment,
man.
I mean, Jack Nicholson is an amazing creative actor, anything you want to call him, because this guy does everything. He's awesome.
It's true.
If you have other Jack Nicholson films that you want to let us know that are your favorite, please let us know. Comment down below in the YouTube comment section, or if you're listening on podcast platforms, comment below on the description section. So we're super excited about it. If you're watching on YouTube, like I said, do those YouTube things, all that good stuff. We appreciate it, man. It's really good. It's really freaking good.
It is.
Well, now heading over to the box office recap. Slow, and slow.
Yes.
Tenet, still number 1. It came in with 3.4 million.
Yep.
The New Mutants, still number 2. Came in with 1.1 million.
Yep.
Unhinged, still number 3, came in with 1 million altogether. Number 4, breaking back into the box office, top 5, Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back.
I am your father.
So damn good, man. So damn good. One of the best Star Wars movies of all time.
And one of the best reveals, unexpected reveals of all time. It's just great.
Yeah, it was my number 1 on that top 5.
That's right. That's right.
So good.
And you want to know what's even better news? Tenet, The New Mutants, and Unhinged, we can see now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they finally opened a theater near us. We can actually go see those with gloves, hand sanitizer, masks, and 80 feet apart.
Yes.
But we can
Still
finally see them,
yeah.
though, so,
I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm excited. New movies that are coming out in select theaters, possibly near you. The Boys in the Band, Time Rewind, Professor Uncut, 2067, and 12-Hour Shift.
Sure.
I
didn't see any of those listed at ours.
No.
So
yeah. And movies you can still go see are The Broken Hearts Gallery, Shortcut, The Last Shift, interesting. The Last Shift, and
Kajillionaire, right?
Kajillionaire.
Yeah.
And the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. It's going to be the same, I feel like. I think Tenet's going to be number 1, New Mutants is going to be number 2, Unhinged is going to be number 3. I don't know, man. I don't know. And it looks like Hocus Pocus, that Disney movie, is making a resurgence into the box
that makes
office.
sense around Halloween.
So maybe that'll break into the top 5, at least the top 10. But yeah, there it is, guys. There it is. Yeah. Now we're going over to the IMDb Pro Top Trending segment. You guys know we love this freaking app, especially before we started this show, because guess what, guys? Harvey is getting freaking charged in LA. Yes. Harvey Weinstein. So, and you know where we found that out? IMDb Pro.
And speedy recovery to Rick Moranis. And fuck you to whoever beat him up on the streets of New York.
Right?
Why do you attack Rick Moranis?
Like, why?
Oh my gosh, man. Come on, man. You can find all that news in IMDb Pro.
You really can.
Like, you can, man. It's
awesome. You really
man.
can. Do all those amazing things. The top trending movie this week, by no surprise, really epic. I'm watching this one tonight. Enola Holmes. Millie Bobby Brown's Enola Holmes. And Henry Cavill's in it, Superman. So, yeah, I'm super pumped. Super pumped.
Yes.
I heard it's pretty good. And the top trending TV show is Ratchet.
Yes.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest prequel. And the top trending TV star, or just the star, not TV star, Millie Bobby Brown. So fucking Netflix dominates this segment.
It's true.
Like every week.
It's true. Next week, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Lily Collins and or Emily in Paris, or both, will be on that list.
We shall see.
Well, I'm just saying, it debuted this week. It's huge. She's huge. I'm just saying.
Who knows? It's absolutely wild.
I could be wrong, but I'm right.
Yeah, I'm right. Oh, man. Thank you guys so much for getting a little crazy with us on, episode 132 this week?
132.
Thank you again, Allen Maldonado, for coming on the show and just getting freaking crazy, getting us pumped. Like, such an inspiration.
I want to hire that dude as a trainer.
I do, too.
Like, 25 pounds of muscle. That is one ripped dude, guys. Yeah. I mean, I just, insane.
Seriously.
I need help.
Right? Be sure to follow the company on social media at Crazy Ant Media. Be sure to follow the podcast at Crazy Ant Media as well. ItCap Podcast.
Yes.
You can also follow us both personally. Myself, JLo Fantastic, and
Crazy Ant Guy, 1970.
That's right. And you subscribe to this podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Stitcher, all those good places. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we look damn good, don't we? You already know. You already know why. We already know why. We said it at the top. Be sure to do all those YouTube things. Like the video. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell to get notified every time we drop a crazy video. We're so super thrilled about our YouTube presence. And now, since our videos are going to look better, woot woot. Be sure to visit our website, crazyantmedia.com, for all the latest and greatest Crazy Ant Media gear.
Yes.
People are scooping them up. Get them as holiday gifts, guys. I mean, they're going now while supplies last.
Yeah, while supplies last. You better get them now because Jeremy Gordon is going to buy them all.
All of them.
I mean, he is going to wipe us out of inventory if you don't buy them now. I mean,
seriously.
Thank you, Jeremy. All kidding aside, thank you, man. We appreciate you.
Dude, this show, it was so damn good. I don't know if I can pick one specific part.
Yeah.
The industry news was filled of greatness. I mean, obviously, the interview was so damn fun. Just the whole show, man. That's all, yeah.
I would agree. There wasn't a single moment of the show that I didn't just love talking about and being a part of.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I agree, man. I agree. You know what kind of status we're on right now with this YouTube?
With this new lighting
with the lighting. We're on the only O That Matters status.
That's right.
Oprah!